Hi, so if you are one of my subscribers, this content that I'm about to do is not math related. For the most part, this channel is probably going to always be 99% math content. YouTube likes it if you stick to one style of content per channel. I'm giving this to you or sharing this with you to share a part of myself, part of my own personal life, the inner workings of my mind and my heart and my thought processes. I did spoken word performances in college and a little bit after college. Actually, I did it for a while. I did even one last year, for instance. I've never recorded any of it. I have no recordings. All of these pieces are originally written by me. I'm not reading or memorizing somebody else's words. I wrote these myself. I say that loosely, and in the future I will explain a little bit more about why I say I wrote them myself. I don't always feel, actually I'll explain it right now, I don't always feel like I write. I feel like I'm a conduit, and words come into my mind that are not necessarily my own. They just hit me like lightning striking. In fact, I talk about it in the second poem I'm going to do, the second spoken word piece. And I just try to write down as quickly as I can what I have heard in my mind, and so I kind of feel like I'm writing someone else's words down. I don't know how to explain it. That's kind of how I feel. Maybe you feel the same way if you're a writer as well. My stuff before college, I don't think that'll ever get shared, but if you like this content, I ask you, please don't skip over anything. Please listen to the whole thing, and if you like it, please give it a like and give it a share, and let me know in the comments. If I get enough positive feedback, I will start a second channel under a performance name that I've yet to come up with. So here goes. The first one's called The Raw and the Real. It's a play on words at a line in the poem where I say, it might seem like I'm fishing because I'm up with the raw and the real, but the line is basically when you go fishing, you use a rod and reel. Rod, R-O-D. And so it sounds a little bit the same, and so it's called The Raw and the Real. So when you hear that line, you'll understand the meaning behind it, the play on words that it represents. The second one is a poem about racial healing. It's a spoken word piece. I don't even know if I can classify what I do as spoken word. The first spoken word artist I ever heard is a legend. His name is Propaganda. Propaganda, if you ever see this, I don't even have any business, I feel like, saying your name. I'm not worthy. You just absolutely inspired me. I don't think I'm anywhere close to Propaganda's level. If you want, check out his YouTube channel. He's been around a very long time, and he is just a phenomenal performer with a brilliant mind and a beautiful heart, really. So give him a look on his channel as well. I'm going to get started. The second one, like I said, is about racial healing. I was just inspired to write it. I don't know what by exactly. It's always something that I have a soft spot in my heart for. I wish we could move past all of the things that have happened and become one as a nation and as one as a humanity, right? No matter what our differences are in backgrounds. I do have a Christian background. I am a Christian, so some of my words will allude to Christian themes or concepts. I hope that's not offensive to you who are non-religious. I'm going to get started. Again, I will have timestamps down below if you want to return to this video and click on just the performances. I'm a little wary of doing this. I've never done it. Like I said, in all the time I've done my performances, I never thought I was good enough to do a channel for spoken word. This virus has got me second guessing that. Kobe's death has me second guessing that, because we don't know how much time we have. And I feel like someday if people read my poetry, it doesn't really do it justice. The poems are meant to be spoken aloud. In my style is nothing like Propaganda's. It's completely different. I kind of have more of almost like I'm rapping without music style. We will get started. Please, again, share this with your friends if you like it. Share it with anyone you can. I want to know how is this received and if I should actually start the spoken word channel. Here goes. All right, this is called The Raw and the Real. I wrote this back in college. It's all original. Performed it several times in various venues. Here goes. Time for another life lesson taught by yours truly. Reach in deep to the depths of the darkness to hark this one. You better mark it on your wall. The words bring to a crawl the mindless, senseless censorship of simple deliberations. Aggravations attack the sensations of spirit like an earthquake hitting the wall of separation between reality and dream. You like flows? I got those. In these mere throes of lyrical highs and spiritual lows gross more emotional revenue than I ever knew could be packed into the hidden meaning of a rhyme. Its twisted, misted, tight-fisted existence screams for the resistance to continue, but you can't stop what is in you. The passion sat for some fashion, but now you're rehashing the old habit. So you grab it, form it, and make it, handle it, and shape it, because you know you can't escape it. These expressions, mere suggestions till they're strung out in procession, each after the other in careful succession, leaving the lasting impression of ability. You see, it's the fertility of thought, alive and unrepressed. It's undressed humanity caressing the corners of my inner insanity. But look, I digress. I am a man and nothing less, so may God simply bless this as a result of my restless soul. And it might seem like I'm fishing, because I'm up with the raw and the real. But actually, I'm just letting you steal a glimpse of what goes on beyond the seal of my vocal approval. So make like Charlie with a golden ticket. If you don't like it, I'll show you where to stick it. You dig it? Okay, so like I said in the intro, this one is not really titled. I'm calling it this for now. Maybe it's a working title. Most of my pieces are untitled. The title either comes to me with the rest of the words or it doesn't. I don't try to force a title onto a piece because, again, I don't feel like I'm the true writer of these pieces. Even though this is all original content from my hand written onto a pad of paper, I feel almost like I'm channeling thoughts that come into my mind. So here goes. If you like it, again, please share it. It's really important to me that see how this is received. So here goes. The difference is like night and day. It's authenticity in the purest sense. The complex mixed with the simplicity of a symphony that intrinsically brings life to one's spirit. Indeed, he who has ears to hear, let him hear it. Combining words like a chemist makes solutions, the potency too great requires dilution. Lightning strikes, hits like electrocution. See, I'm not a writer, but a conduit with a mission. Conducting language impulsively, generating neurotransmission. Electricity fires through your synapse till my verbs collapse, your mind into submission. It's fusion, not fission. So enthralled, see, separating fact from fiction. All the while, easing the affliction, reaching inside your heart to pump life into your vision. With a cadence that reverberates through the soul, transcendent yet resplendent in full. Agents of change are the pen strokes of the masterful, elegantly tactical. A subliminal, free radical, freestyle to free flow, a showstopper. No, not your everyday linguition. We ain't going to the cards, there'll be no split decision, cause I drop the shots that shock the system. Phantom punch, knockout, a la Sonny Liston. Fist in the air like the 68 Olympics, a sign of support and resistance, breaking from a reliance on the violence of the past. In passive aggression, the masses break their silence to silence the oppression, no longer tolerating the acceptance of suppression, but only recognizing the exceptional conception of the self, that which God granted, later slanted by men. A dreamer, traversing interlinear dimensions, all made possible by the suspension of disbelief, briefly holding apprehension before siding with relief, stealing your negativity like a thief. Let go of that proclivity to hypersensitivity, being sensible with hype and sensibility. You see, I sense in you the ability to dominate your emotions. I have no magic potions, just vast oceans of words like lotions and salves, healing hearts and solving problems, dissolving tensions between races, breaking through the stasis because His grace is sufficient to resolve all differences, leaving no traces of misplaced hatreds, but only the beautiful faces of His creation. Then suppose we, that is you and me, pause to take a picture, a selfie. And some might see just a pose, but really we've been juxtaposed. And I might have blonde hair and you might have cornrows. Or maybe I write poetry, but you like prose. But just past all that, a deeper reality shows. I'm not really me. I'm you.